What's up, YouTube? How are you guys doing today? Welcome back to One Piece character review. Today is going to be a little bit of a shorter video. This character, while being very important to certain aspects of the plot and certain characters' character development, there is not a lot about them. But yeah, today we are going to be covering Mother Carmel. Alright, so a little bit of overview on Mother Carmel. Mother Carmel was a child trafficker dealing specifically in orphans. She operated in the underworld several decades before the current events of the story under the codename Mountain Witch. She ran an orphanage known as Sheep's House, and her seemingly benevolent nature earned her the epithet of Holy Mother. But yeah, in reality, she sold, as a child trafficker, she sold the orphans to the world government to create new Marines or Cypher Pole agents. And yeah, she was doing that all the way until she died 62 years prior to the events of the story. Notably, she took care of a young Charlotte Linlin, also known as Big Mom. Not known as Big Mom back then, was just an absolute tyrant of a child. But yeah, she was the one who took care of and raised Big Mom. Alrighty, now we're gonna go and move on into her appearance. Now, Carmel was an elderly woman when I think the first time we see her, she's an elderly woman in this show. She has a large wrinkled face and a square-shaped jawline. She had long wavy gray hair in her old age, and she wore red lipstick. She wore dark blue nun's robes that have light blue frills on them. Took me 3 tries to get that right. All right, long wavy gray hair, wore lipstick, nun's robes, light blue frills, right? She had similarly shaped design headdress. She was always seen either smoking a cigarette or holding one in her hand. Now, at 43, Carmel had blonde hair, no wrinkles, and did not wear lipstick, and these are her 2 character designs. You see right here, she's the older version, lipstick, gray hair, younger version, with no lipstick. She was described when in her young age, at the age of 43, people described her as stunningly beautiful. All right, and now we move on to her personality. Now, Carmel was a shrewd businesswoman, raising large varieties of children in order to sell them to the world government, Marines, and Cypher Pole. She was particularly interested in establishing relationships with very powerful people in order to increase her own reputation and influence. This is specifically shown when she puts on an act with the Marines in order to gain better connections in Elbaf and acquire children that she can sell for a higher value. Elbaf is the island of warrior giants. It's not the only island of giants, but it is one of the most well known for their militarism and military might. They are one of the strongest giant islands. It's where Dory and Broggy come from, the two guards during Water 7. That's where they're from. It's where their captains, oh my god, I can never remember the names of the captains, but that's the Little Garden saga in One Piece. That's where we see our first giants from Elbaf, and they are massive and super strong. So she gets children from Elbaf who are going to be very strong giants, and she sells those to increase her status. Although she appeared to be a somewhat benevolent woman who cared for her children like a mother with a ceaseless smile, she could not stand her children at all. She really couldn't. It took a lot of active effort for her to pretend to be nice and have a smile. However, she takes extreme pride in the quality of her work and is not above bringing up her own accomplishments while making deals with other people. All right, and now we move on into her relationships with people and races. So we're gonna start off with her relationship with the giants. Because she saved the great giant pirate warriors. This was the scripted exchange from her personality bit, where she planned the whole thing with the Marines. Essentially, she pretended to save the giant pirates who were about to be captured and executed. And this made her deeply respected by the giants of Elbaf specifically. Because of this respect, the Elbaf giants accepted Carmel's terms in sparing Linlin's life. After the residents of Sheep's House were forced to move to another country of giants, the giants there graciously built a new house on Carmel's behalf. However, Carmel only valued the giants because they allowed her to gain better quality children, and she had no problems leaving Elbaf when she planned to retire. Her saving the giant warrior pirates was, like I said, a scripted exchange with the Marines, essentially only done so she could sneak into Elbaf and gain their trust. Through this new trust, she ended up selling off one of Elbaf's citizens, John Giant, into the Marines without the Giant's knowledge. After a giant Elbaf witnessed the incident that Linlin caused when she caused Carmel and the rest of the children to disappear, because of the respect the Giants had for Mother Carmel, they refused to even speak Charlotte Linlin's name ever again. Now, her relationship with the Sheep's House children. Because she took them in and gave them a home when they had nowhere else to go, Carmel was a beloved mother figure to all of the children, including Charlotte Linlin, aka Big Mom. However, Carmel's true purpose, as always, as we've discussed several times, was to sell them as spies or soldiers. She valued them solely for the money they brought in and cared only enough about the children to keep them healthy and fit to be sold. Now we'll get into specifically Big Mom, her relationship with Big Mom. Because Carmel gave her a home, Linlin loved her and did whatever she said. Still to this day believes that she is a very loving, benevolent mother figure. Every time she has a party, tea party, something like that, she always sets a place for Mother Carmel and sets a portrait of her down there. So Big Mom really, truly idolizes and loves Carmel. Carmel highly valued Linlin as well, but only for her strength, as she was confident that Linlin's powerful strength would serve the Marines well and net her a particularly high payment. In return, Carmel was so confident in Linlin's immense monetary worth that she was even willing to leave Elbaf to keep her around, right? Because when Linlin went on a rampage and destroyed Elbaf, and Mother Carmel had to save the day, and everyone was like, we want to kill Linlin, she was like, no, we'll leave, right? Because she thought Big Mom would be worth so much money. Carmel seemed to have no inclination to discipline Linlin, as she only corrected her actions when a Sheep's House or Elbaf resident was threatened. Unfortunately for Carmel, before she could sell off Linlin, the later unknowingly caused her to disappear on her 6th birthday. Linlin inherited Carmel's power and continues to hold her in high regard, unaware of Carmel's true, disgusting, twisted nature. All right, so now we're going to move into her powers and abilities. Doesn't have many physical powers, like she's a nun, she's a mother, right? So it's not like she has an insane hockey or any 6 powers or any real hand-to-hand combat or weapon combat ability. She's more of a shrewd negotiator, so does most of her fighting with her brain, but it's not really fighting, it's just negotiating good business deals for her. However, she does have an incredibly strong devil fruit. She is the eater of the soul fruit, is a paramecia type devil fruit that allows her to manifest and manipulate the souls of herself and others. We see her using this devil fruit when the fire is raging in Elbaf, and she pulls a piece of her soul out to create a sun homie. I don't know why they're called homies. Maybe because it's made by part of her, so something like that. I don't know. I could put it in the description. I could do some research after. I should have done it before. Whatever, I'll put it in the description. As to what a homie really is. But yeah, we most notably see the use of the soul fruit with Big Mom in the Wano and Whole Cake Island arc. It's an incredibly strong fruit when used in combination with Big Mom's strength. I don't know how strong. I mean, obviously, Mother Carmel stopped a huge fire, so she had massive strength with it, but I think Big Mom using that specific devil fruit is stronger. But yeah, that's pretty much all of her strengths and powers and abilities is pretty much her brain and then her insanely overpowered devil fruit. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today for this YouTube video. It means the world to me every single time you guys do. Sorry, I was petting my cat. But yeah, it means the world to me every single time you guys watch my video. So if you guys could hit that like button, subscribe, ring the bell, it would just, it means the world to me. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. This was One Piece character review. We did Mother Carmel today, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.